in our featured preliminary bout. Clocky T, Stephen Hooper in the black and blue, Anthony O'Connor in the black and white. 3 5-minute rounds if they need them in the Cage Warriors lightweight division. Both these young men looking to get back on track here, Josh.
Yeah, so in their first match, there was it was a very methodical pace to that bout. You didn't feel like anyone really explosively changed tempo and tried to go after it. It was very much tit for tat and very methodical in the way they went about their work, but already showing a bit more zing in the start of this one.
Well, we've not got long to the start of our main card, so it'd be great if they keep that up for the duration here. O'Connor just briefly catching Hooper low there accidentally in that early exchange, but Hooper ready to get straight back to it.
Yeah, O'Connor keeping his guard up very nicely as he worked his way inside behind that jab.
Nice leg kick there from O'Connor. You see Paul Rimmer, Ellis Hampson in the corner of O'Connor from Next Generation, and a Cage Warriors regular in Matt Inman. Now the leading light at SBG Manchester.
Yeah, these two did spend a great deal of time exchanging on the feet in their first encounter.
Hooper taking the center of the cage here. Oh, nice. Short left uppercut from O'Connor.
So Hooper marching forward in the center of the cage here. He has got that reach advantage, but you know, both these guys very big at the weight class.
Good strike placement on that leg kick from O'Connor there. About as high as you're going to get it legally. Clubbing left hand from the man from Liverpool.
Yeah, Hooper getting stuck into this one, bit of gamesmanship.
And Hooper, yeah, just as you say, just a bit of gamesmanship there, just gesticulating a little bit to his opponent. Trying to call him on, trying to bait O'Connor into making a mistake here. Bit of pride on the line, you're going to believe as well, Josh, with these two having already competed once before.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, they both are going to have their own thoughts on that first match. It's going to play into, I imagine, how they approach this one.
O'Connor certainly won't want to drop a second contest to Hooper.
Yeah, I mean, in that first round, he really did his best work, you know, on the ground from the top position. Whether he chooses to try and take the bout there, we'll see.
Even record at the moment for O'Connor. He's not going to want to drop into the negative with his record with another loss here. Cooper looking to keep the positive record. 3-2 is his ledger going into this one.
Cut him off now. Use shots to cut him off. More cage pressure. Push back. Do a step back. Push forwards.
And the corner of Hooper there asking for a bit more cage pressure. They want Hooper to push his man back with the strikes.
Yeah, I mean, he's controlling the center of the cage, but he's leaving a huge zone for Anthony O'Connor to move laterally and really stay away from too much of the pressure. Just going to cut him off a little bit more.
Have a free count.
Free count, Clocky. There we go, free count.
Get the space for free count. Nice, there we go.
For his last contest, Hooper did go in as a considerable favourite. It was considered something of an upset when he dropped that contest to Jack Owen. So perhaps he's got that in the back of his mind here. Perhaps there's a bit of caution floating around there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you never know how. As I say, both these guys have struggled for consistency. You know, they've picked up a good win and then they've dropped a loss back, and you know, almost identical records from that perspective, and how it's played out.
Interesting to know as well, Josh. what, for my money, is one of the domestic fights of 2018 was Stephen Hooper versus Ellis Hampson, and you see Ellis Hampson in the corner there, so I wonder if that's perhaps a little bit of gamesmanship in itself.
Stop! Over there.
Well, first round in the bag here in our featured preliminary contest, and it's been a steady pace so far, Josh.
Yeah, very much like their first fight. It was very methodical. Kind of felt like an extended feeling out period, despite the fact that they were regularly engaging. Obviously, Hooper marching forward consistently, but never able to really shut down Anthony O'Connor. O'Connor did some good work early on, getting on the inside though, but nothing of too much consequence landed by either fighter so far.
Let's see how they change things up going into the second round. Matt Inman furiously gesticulating in the corner there. We heard him shouting for more cage pressure from his man.
Stay back, gents.
Let's see how Stephen Hooper
You ready?
and Anthony O'Connor come out in the second round. Both men with nice wide balanced stances in the stand-up here. Clubbing left hand again from O'Connor. He's had some success with that one. Nice leg kick as well, and he's starting to leave a little bit of a welt on the leg of Hooper. That was a sharper shot from the SBG fighter.
Yeah, just touring with a bit more intention, a bit more viciousness.
Put your heads, gents.
Referee Rich Mitchell there just warning the fighters to watch those heads as they charge in. O'Connor tried the leg kick there, but got caught with a straight right counter.
And it's perfect counter from Hooper, and again he's calling O'Connor on.
Hooper wanting to turn it into a brawl here.
And I wonder if at some point he's going to start getting a little bit frustrated by the movement of Anthony O'Connor. Really chasing him now.
O'Connor landed again with that cuffing left hand. But it's still Hooper walking his man down against the cage. O'Connor forced onto the back foot here.
Again, Hooper just coming forward, throwing good straight shots, but there's still so much distance by the time he gets there that...
Nice hammer fist there from Hooper, just a couple of inches short, but 10 out of 10 for effort. Every time O'Connor has thrown the leg, again with the hammer fist.
Very unorthodox strike.
Nice right hand there from O'Connor. That's woken Hooper up a little bit.
Yeah, I'd like to see more of it from O'Connor. I'd like to see him come forward and get inside that pocket a little bit more. It's going to be hard for him to counterpunch off the back foot, being the shorter fighter.
And a big chopping leg kick, and that time O'Connor was able to get out of the way of the straight right counter.
Yeah,
oh, and a nice right hand from O'Connor there.
See, this is what's happening when he turns it on. When he engages, he lands good strikes. The leg kick's been a great weapon for him on the outside.
Over there.
That one was borderline.
It looks like O'Connor has,
over there.
It looks like O'Connor's caught his man low again. We saw that in the opening moments of the fight.
Over there for me.
That time Hooper able to shake it off, but well, at this stage of the fight, Josh, you've got to believe he's going to maybe take a second or two.
He might. The momentum was just starting to shift a little bit. We're just starting to get that better work rate and intensity from O'Connor.
Not taking the full 5 minutes though is Hooper. He'll get straight back to it. Another chopping leg kick from O'Connor. And O'Connor looking a lot sharper in this second round, Josh.
Yeah, he's done some good work when he's come forward and engaged. I don't think he necessarily needs to be on the back foot the whole time.
chewing up that lead leg of Hooper, which is going to affect the movement the more this one plays out.
Yeah, we haven't really seen him make any effort to check a couple of those big leg kicks yet. Did counter with a nice right, though, on one of the earlier occasions.
Oh, nearly got caught with a left high kick there, but it looked like Hooper was just testing the waters with that one.
Again, just no check of the kick. That was a good knee.
Well, there's a couple of nice shots there from O'Connor. It looked like he looked over to his corner and got caught by Hooper, and that started this flurry of activity, which has ended up with O'Connor on top, and
yeah, but
it needs to be cut now.
With a pretty significant cut, but we saw that. We said in the walkouts his passing is excellent. He immediately jumped into that knee cut pass, secured the upper body control, drove through, and he's very heavy inside control here. I mean, he's probably going to see the rest of the round out in this position, landing short elbows. Well, we're going to go to mount here, into the back.
It's a bad cut on O'Connor as he takes Hooper's back.
Oh, flattens Hooper out. Hooper's bridging for everything he can.
Looking to secure the choke here is O'Connor.
No, he just couldn't quite get the angle, but believe it or not, the blood's going to help him here, try and work this pummeling, but only with 10 seconds left. Oh, if he had another 30 seconds, this might have ended differently.
Hooper able to survive that second round, but what a momentum shift, Josh.
That's really tricky for the judges, because you got what is clearly a very significant series of strikes to open up a devastating cut, but then you got a lovely passing and mount to back sequence on the grappling side of it.
Beautiful 1-2 there from Hooper on the replay. But I'm not entirely sure what happened, Josh, but it looked as if at one point O'Connor looked to his corner and there was a hive of activity which ended with O'Connor getting cut.
Oh, that's a huge cut. Never really got under the chin here, wasn't able to put pressure through the spine at the right angle.
Cutman John Tandy going to work on it. It's over the bridge of the nose, so I think not a fight-ending cut here.
I feel like there's one on his eye as well. It could just be the nose.
Yeah, it looks to be just the nose there of any significance. Referee Rich Mitchell just asking O'Connor to check the target areas of those kicks.
I mean, I was surprised that O'Connor didn't try and take this to the ground at any point sooner, because, you know, I know he lost by triangle in the first fight, but it was a little bit of an upset positionally from what happened.
O'Connor stinging Hooper with the early shot there. Oh, more clubbing shots from the next generation fighter. O'Connor keeping up the momentum here. Hooper needs to find a way back into this one.
Well, let's see if O'Connor looks to go to the ground again. And O'Connor again looking to get back inside. I mean, you know, when he came forward, he really did do some good work.
Hooper still looking very light on his toes in the third round here. The momentum has certainly shifted now. O'Connor's wobbled him. Big right hand from O'Connor. Hooper tries the takedown, gets pancaked down to the mat.
Yeah, heavy hips into that one. It's a good position for O'Connor. If he can free that leg, just shake it through, he'll find his way to mount again. He's got to get those hips high in the air. Hooper using a scorpion lock there on the outside. Bridges, but gives up the mount in the process. And O'Connor's got 3 minutes here to try and find something dominant. He's on the back. Oh, straight to mount again. Let's see some strikes from Anthony O'Connor.
O'Connor looking to posture up here and get a dramatic third round finish.
Stay away from the back of his head.
I mean, this is a This is an ideal situation for O'Connor. He can stay heavy on top. We've seen it already. Well, dismounts the side control, looking for a Kimura here.
Let's go, that double wrist lock grip, and drops a few short elbows on Hooper.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to probably look to take the back again here.
Hooper trying to stay in this fight, diving on the single leg.
Oh, there were some good options to attack the neck there, but you know, we've seen that O'Connor's heavy on top, wants to stay in that dominant position. Hooper needs to get on his hips here. You know, he's going to drop this round if he can't get back to his feet fairly quickly.
Bottom fighter, you've got to show me something.
There we go, he wins the underhook back, up to seated guard, trying to recover the full guard, but good work from O'Connor to time that left leg through.
And Rich Mitchell warned Stephen Hooper there that he has got to do something from this position. He can't stay there and take short shots.
Well, I mean, the saving grace for Hooper is there isn't any real damage at the moment coming down. It's very much a positional grappling game from O'Connor. And again, going head and arm here. He's going to try and mount again. That'll probably lead to another scramble for the back. Well, there's the mount. And Hooper's clearly exhausted at this point. We're not seeing any defensive movement on the hips.
What a dramatic finish this would be, Josh.
Keep his thumb out of his glove, thumb out of his glove.
O'Connor on the back of Hooper here. Referee Rich Mitchell warning Hooper of closing the glove.
Keep your fingers out of his glove.
I mean, with 45 seconds left, look, O'Connor's kind of got this round in the bag. I know he's probably wary because it was a sudden turnaround triangle that lost him the first fight, but from here he can land some very heavy shots, but clearly his grips are just tied up.
And we'd like to welcome our viewers around the world on UFC Fight Pass. Bit of bonus action here from the preliminary portion of Cage Warriors 101. Anthony O'Connor in the black shorts taking on Stephen Hooper in the blue.
Look for the
Hooper looking for a dramatic escape here.
Yeah, look for the Kimura, look for the knee bar inversion as well. But O'Connor just riding out this top position. He's going to see the round out. It's a dominant third round for him.
Stop there.
Stephen Hooper, Anthony O'Connor both raising their arms. For my money, Josh, though, that's going the way of the Liverpool man.
I think probably on balance it will, but you know, you've got to think back to what happened in the first round, and you know, there was that big cut that was opened in the second as well. Third round, no question, though, Anthony O'Connor dominated that fight once it went to the ground. That was a good right that Hooper stepped straight onto.
A real back and forth war, steady pace in the first round, but it was the power shots from O'Connor as the bout wore on that were the real story, the real telling point. O'Connor suffering that big cut across the bridge of the nose, wasn't phased, stayed in the action. Our judges have rendered their scores, so we'll throw it to our MC, Mr. Hal Chaplin, in the cage, and he will make it official.
Let's go, gentlemen. Centre, please. Let's go. Quick, quick. Let's go, centre, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of mixed martial arts action, we go to the judges' scorecards, where the judges have scored this, a unanimous decision in favor of your winner, Anthony O'Connor!
Anthony O'Connor gets his revenge against Clocky T. Stephen Hooper here in Liverpool.